please.
Okay, good morning everyone. Good morning ladies and gentlemen. And first of all, I want to thank you for the opportunity that given to us. And before we begin the presentation, let me introduce our team. And first, my name is Huda, and right beside me there is Astrid, and the next Medita, and the left beside me there is Dewa, and the next Sagita. Okay. So the first one, we want to explain the marketing strategy. The first one, we choose which media suitable for each good in every city. And the second one, we always raise the marketing expense every day. So we increase the marketing expense significantly during holidays. And the third one, the last one, we buy marketing report for every 3 or 5 days according to the needs. And the next strategy, we have a retail strategy that have 5 points. And the first point, we ensure the goods do not exceed the retail space. And the second one, if possible, the goods do not exceed 500 meters square. And the third one, we set the price in the medium price, in the middle, or in the mid value. So in the fourth one, we always raise the price when holidays come, and then we lower it again when holidays end. So in the last one, and it's the important one, we check the unit sold periodically. So, and the next presentation will be explained by Medita.
Okay, thank you for Huda. And the next is B2B strategy. In here, I will explain our strategy in B2B. We start B2B when the finished good in the warehouse is more than enough to send the retails, and then set the price below the competitor teams, but still above the production cost. And then the third is, if the competitor use the lower price, we will try to match the price as long as but it's above still above the average variable cost. That's it. And then the next is procurement. We plan on the first day is we use blanket purchase once with 20% every 3 days. But in the games is we use multiple blanket process to cover the retail sales because it will not be sufficient to only use one time the blanket process. That's it. And then the presentation will be explained by Dewa.
Okay, thank you, Medita. Okay, in the beginning, this is our strategy for procurement raw material and machine. But when the game about to start, there are a few point change in configuration, and that configuration will affect our strategy, especially for point number 4. Because the configuration in retail force a long shipping time. Thank you. Because of the configuration in shipping time force a long shipping time, we resort to 2 options. First, to use blanket payment from the start or just stick to the plan. And finally, we discuss, and we decide to try to just stick to the plan. But unfortunately, in the middle of the game, there are one more problem showed up, and that problem really affect our gameplay, which is the shipping time instability from vendor to warehouse. After break, we decide to change the strategy to use blanket purchase. Like Medita said that we use multiple blanket purchase to cover our stock in retail. And because of the shipping problem and there is no raw material in warehouse, so we decide to sell machine periodically to decrease the warehouse space. Thank you. And the next presentation will be explained by Astrid.
Thank you. And in here I will explain strategy of maintenance. And the first is make sure the machine arrive at the warehouse. And number two is we set the periodic maintenance when the machine capability is below 80%. And the three, we choose every 7 days to machine maintenance. And number four is we choose to use installing sensor maintenance. Because using the sensor maintenance, we can to reduce the operating expense. It's the most effective way to maintenance machine capability, and we can keep the machine capability below 90%. Above 90%. And the next is strategy of 9 human resource. The first is see the staff summary by department, and number two is keep the performance staff 100%, because when the staff shortfall will be affect the performance by department. And number third is and if the staff an issue or resign, we do counseling, and if want to maintain the staff working in the company. And number four is if the staff shortfall, quickly to hire a new staff ready to join in the company with the percentage competency 100% to refund to reduce normal department performance. And number six is to do strategy to all employees to every department. And the next is plan.
Thank you, Astrid. This is our team strategy service. As number one in notice the existence of the big service request. And number two is link and match the offered service in the availability of the offering fee. And number three, take the over in the order of first in, first out. And number four is next. Use low price strategy to increase to the probability of the winning of service request bid. And last five strategy is wait for the service request and outcome service bid. And the play with the real game is our team service game is high pace but did not achieve its goal because the price is competitors is the close the operational expense, and our team is was that the price were as low as 1 baht, and And conclusion is my origin is when the price is falls below the operational expense.
Time's
Thank
up.
you.
Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's time for you to ask.
It seems that you're running two strategies at the same time. For retail business, you're running the pricing strategy. You're running like a fluctuated pricing model, right? Because, you just told that during the holiday you're selling at the highest price, but after the holiday you're selling at the lowest price. Can you actually do that in the market? That the same product can sell on different pricing for the same period of time. Are you really do that in the game?
In the game yesterday, yes, I did that.
And what is the result of that?
So we usually that strategy in every game we play. So if the holidays come, we increase it about 1 to 3 TBH yesterday. Then we lower it again because it's very effective to increase our sales by we increase our marketing too. So we gain much profit from that strategy.
Okay. And for the wholesale, you say that you're going to be the lowest price offering company, right? And did you win any bidding during the game with this strategy? You offer the lowest price, right? You are the lowest price bidder in the game, right? Because you say that you want to be the lowest price offering, and at the end of the bidding, have you won any bidding in the game?
Yes, we won.
How many times? I don't know. How many times for the bidding?
The exact number we forget, but most of bid, yes, we won. Maybe about 50 bid we won.
50 bid you won.
Yesterday games.
And after that, what is the result to the business? Did you have the profit from B2B business after this strategy?
We usually B2B we get the only cash on hands, not the significant net profit. We get cash on hands to buy the raw materials for the warehouse, so we can move it to retail, then we sell it again.
So the business didn't come from the B2B.
No. We focus on the retail.
All right. And
yes.
You use wholesale business just to get the lowest.
Yes. To get cash on
cost
hands.
of goods sold.
Yes.
With your retail strategy, you mentioned that the retail capacity shall not exceed 500 square meters, right? Where you get this 500?
No, it's just our strategy. But in the game yesterday, with that configuration, that it's not possible to keep the space in 500. Yes. So we maybe reach for 1,000. Because why? Because we do more blanket and we move stock too. So the retail stock in our space is so very much stock. So it's so tough here.
Okay. And for this, the step 4, when you mentioned that you use the low price strategy, what is the result and what you have learned from this changing strategy afterwards?
Why we use the low price? Because we saw our competitors first. We saw that our competitors take the lower price too. So we follow them. So if we bid the high price, so we don't get nothing. We didn't get nothing. So
what you have learned from this decision?
So we can learn. We have to follow the market price.
Okay, you obviously worked very well to get to the finals. And what were the strengths of your team members that made you assign each task to each of you?
Can you please repeat?
You're obviously very good because you were able to reach the finals, yes, in your country and in the finals among all the competing countries. What are the strengths of each of your team members that made you assign each task, the tasks to each team member?
Okay. Maybe from marketing, especially me, we always focus the retail and the marketing. So like that strategy, we focus in the strategy, in the retail strategy. Because why? Because the strategy for me is the first that gain much net profit from the retail. So the strength from our team, maybe especially for me, for marketing, maybe
actually, when we play this game, we do not have any strategy. We are the lowest team in our university, and if you want to know, we always do practice every day with any other team, and we always learn from our mistake. That, like, if I can say that Garuda is have 100 above their net profit, and we're just 10, and we always learn and try to we get the what thing that can be mistake from our gameplay, and we use it little by little, and then well, here we are.
As a follow-up question to their questions is about your competitors. You followed the strategy of bidding, giving the lowest price for you to be able to get the customer. Can you describe your competitors? What are their characteristics or weaknesses that made you beat them, other than them lowering their price? What are their other weaknesses?
For the B2B strategy, we use the lower price. Like I said before, we use this strategy to stay our plan to
maybe explain production a little bit why we followed our competitors' characteristic. Our competitors' characteristic, they always bid in sometimes the lower price, the high price. So we just follow them, and we bid the near price of them. Maybe if they bid maybe about 20, so we bid maybe in 90.9, like that, so we can won the bid.
Or maybe when we're using the same price, we're just use the fastest. And sometimes when one of us do nothing in the game, we all play B2B. Yes, we all play B2B. So we can take the fastest as we deal.
The fastest we get the deal, and the bid we we get the smart deal and smart number.
Okay. This should be the last question. To your company, all right, TMNT. If TMNT as a company, what would be the corporate strategy for you between to be the lowest price in wholesale business, B2B business, and to be the best margin in retail business? What would you choose to be?
If we set the lower price.
Yeah, if you are the lowest price in wholesale business, that means you have to sell a big volume for B2B, right?
Okay.
Between you are the most not the highest price in retail, but you get the profit from retail. What was strategy you should take?
Yes. Maybe it's okay if we bid the lower price, as long as we get the much bids, because as long as the bid is not below the average cost, the production cost. So if we bid still above the average or production cost, maybe it's okay if we are the lower price.
And you're going to use your capital. I mean, you got the capital, right? And you are going to use capital not efficiently, because you're going to get the lowest margin as well from your lower price, right? So you cannot optimize the capital you have. Do you think it's a smart way? Is this a good strategy to use capital, your money, your capital, just like that?
Maybe for our company, maybe that's okay. We bid like that in the lower price. Because why? Because we are the retail team. We are a team that focus on retail, not on B2B.
Yeah, B2B just.
So in that case, why don't you use your capital to maximize retail business? Because you can get a good profit, a good business from retail. So why don't you use, part of your capital in wholesale business, the business that you don't get profit. Because capital is a resource, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have to use the resource wisely.
Yeah.
So what's your thinking about that?
I think that we use B2B in wholesale just to get cash on hand, and to get the net profit, we focus to fill the.
You mean cash on hand? Did you know what's the lead time you get the money from B2B, and what's the lead time you get money from retail? Which one you get the cash back, get the capital back faster? When you say cash on hand, it should be cash on hand from retail rather than cash on hand from wholesale. Because wholesale, you have to have the credit term, right?
Yeah. We get the cash on hand from both of that, but we get faster from B2B because so much offer in B2B, and we're just getting high cash back from retail when the holidays come. That's really significant.
Thank you.